One of the things that we're most proud of is our AI Plus program. We want every student at the University at Albany to go through one or two artificial intelligence courses so they get the basics of AI, even sort of what the ethical implications, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly of using AI, but become, knowledgeable about this area that's not going away ever, right? It's just going to keep growing. And then they take a specialty course of AI, whether you're in public health and AI, philosophy and AI, engineering and AI, social welfare and AI, public policy and AI. So that's what we want to do, and we've made some great strides in this space.
Welcome everyone to Coffee with the President. We're here at University at Albany. It is my honor and my privilege. We've been having a blast before we click record to be here with President Rodríguez. Can I say thank you for having us here?
Thank you so much. It's
awesome.
A pleasure.
We've been laughing and joking and talking before I even click record. I was like, okay, this needs to unfold on camera. This is why we do Coffee with the President. We had one of them, by the way, we're looking out, his office is spectacular, as you can see, and we're looking out over the main quad. And this morning, filming the stand-up with that fountain, and when I saw you, when I ran into you earlier,
yes.
It's what a beautiful campus this is.
It is.
Just a blossoming that's happening here in the spring. It's really cool.
It is very, very cool.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for your crew for being here at the University at Albany. And as I told you before, this is important work because you're talking about the great work that institutions of higher education do. You're talking about the contributions, how we educate our students, our contributions to community. So you are and your crew are truly doing excellent work. And for that, I want to express my appreciation to you.
That means a lot. That means a lot. Well, let's talk about the Great Danes.
Sure.
Okay, you have one in your office.
I do.
You see them everywhere. We have one right here. One of your students 3D printed.
That's right.
What does it mean to be a Great Dane?
When we think about the Great Dane and we think about the University at Albany, the Great Danes are courageous. The Great Danes are spirited. The Great Danes are friendly. Yeah. They represent who we are at the University at Albany. The Great Danes have great strength, right? Whether it be strength in our academic and research programs. The Great Danes are protective. It represents the work that we do in service of our community. We do research and scholarship that's in service of the public good. Yeah. And Great Danes are playful. And that speaks to our Division I athletic teams, 19 Division I athletic teams, whether it be football or basketball or soccer or volleyball or lacrosse or track and field, right? All this represents the playfulness of the University at Albany through its Great Danes, right? And although esports is not a Division I sport, we do have a great esports team here. I hope you get an opportunity to visit our esports center, one of the largest in the country, where students go and play, entertain themselves, and compete. Yeah. And so that is fabulous. And
that's becoming a massive business too.
Oh, it is, right? It's a growing business. It's growing very, very rapidly, and it's helping us in a variety of areas. We just assigned a couple of programs, a bachelor's and a master's degree in game design and development, an interdisciplinary program with the College of Emergency Management, Homeland Security and Cybersecurity, and the College of Arts and Sciences and the Arts. And so the work that you can do in that space is truly incredible.
Yeah. Is that what a great explanation. And you want to hear something funny? When I was, this is 20 years ago, maybe longer, 30 years ago, my roommate got a Great Dane. So I helped raise a Great Dane. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. That is fantastic. And by the way, if you talk to my wife, she will tell you when I started my career at the University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, 1991, we had a little bit of property, and I always wanted to buy or purchase a Great Dane. Yeah. And we never did because it's a huge, great dog. And now, right, I'm running a campus with 17,500 Great Danes and 200,000 alumni who are Great Danes as well. So can't ask for anything better than that.
That's right. Oh, that's beautiful. This is, and we talk about this a lot in the episode. This is one of the most diverse R1 Research One universities, and there's like on top of that, there's like special accolades on top of that R1 title there. Can you talk to that? Because I'll tell you, after I was doing my stand-up, when I was talking to the press outside, And I just saw, and I don't know if you saw this, but at the end of the thing, the band showed up. All these students showed up. And, and when I told the press, and I don't want to be stealing, this should be you talking, I go, that's a snapshot of this campus.
It is.
They show up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't happen every single time. Early in the morning, they got classes to be at and finals coming up really soon, and stuff happening. Like how many students showed up to support their students, to be part of what we're doing with the college tour. And I just love you to talk about that a little bit.
Well, it goes back to the Great Dane spirit, right?
Yeah.
Students love this institution. They do great work at this institution. And as you said, we're one of the most diverse research-run institutions in this country. 44% of our students are students of color, African American, Black, Latino, Hispanics. We have 36% of our students are first-generation students. These students remind me of who I was when I was a college student, right? And they are committed, they are innovative, they are resilient, and they are here to make significant changes, as I like to say, right? We educate engaged global citizens. These kids graduate from UAlbany to go on and transform our communities locally, nationally, and globally.
Yeah, it's so powerful. It was funny, before we started recording as well, I was talking, like, you have to, go look at your bio page. I mean, it is the most impressive bio. They want to board you on all this stuff. But one of the I'm super interested in it, but is AI and how you roll that out. I mean, what your passion for that, and then how you rolled out this new initiative across the campus.
Right.
Can you talk about that?
Sure, I can talk about that, but like I told you, right? What's more interesting is what's not in my bio, right? And just as a snapshot, when people ask me, how did you become a college president? I said, I started out by being an auto mechanic. I graduated from high school with a degree in auto mechanic because at that time my teachers didn't think I was going to be college material, right? And so I graduated as an auto mechanic. And then I went into the United States Air Force thinking I wanted to become a doctor, and worked as basically an emergency medical technician in the emergency room. And then I discovered I didn't want to be a medical doctor, right? So not too bad for somebody who was an auto mechanic and then ended up being, the president of a major research-run institution.
I mean, amen to that, because I think it just goes to show, and you all do it here at University of Albany, right? You take students and make them into stars. But what a story. I grew up on the North Shore of Boston. My dad was a pastor. You know what I mean? It wasn't, and then I got life. And I just think I'm just tying this all back into, what a great leader to have with these students, and a role model that anything's possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. But now I know why you're so, committed and so engaged. You're a pastor, right?
It is true.
That's great.
It is
But
true.
listen, regarding AI and artificial intelligence, we are deeply committed to artificial intelligence. We are one of the leading institutions in AI and scholarship and research. During the COVID period, we sort of wanted to reinvent the work that we were doing at UAlbany and building on our strengths: cybersecurity and climate and weather and health equity and artificial intelligence. And today, just last year, we hired 27 faculty in artificial intelligence, in engineering and sciences, but also in philosophy and public health and social welfare. We unveiled, thanks to the governor, one of the most sophisticated supercomputers in artificial intelligence. We're starting an AI college and research center, an AI institute. And one of the things that we're most proud of is our AI Plus program. We want every student at the University at Albany to go through one or two artificial intelligence courses so they get the basics of AI, even sort of what the ethical implications, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly of using AI, but become, knowledgeable about this area that's not going away ever, right? It's just going to keep growing. And then they take a specialty course of AI, whether you're in public health and AI, philosophy and AI, engineering and AI, social welfare and AI, public policy and AI. So that's what we want to do, and we've made some great strides in this space.
So smart. I have never heard any other place doing this. That is all. Especially cross curriculum, because it's so important.
It is critically important.
I was on a phone call with a friend of mine the other day, and I was talking about another friend of mine he's a biomedical engineer, and he runs it, and now he runs. And he was saying, he goes, I've told my entire, team. It doesn't matter if you're in accounting or if you're here, all these other aspects that touch this business. You got to spend time over here.
Yeah.
We all need to learn this and see how it can, make whether it's more efficient or learn the goods, bads, everything you just mentioned.
No, I agree. And
amazing.
so one of the things that we like to do at UAlbany, we're known for, is our interdisciplinary work. So where you're doing studying health or health equity, where you're studying climate or weather, emergency preparedness, artificial intelligence, right? There's a focus on interdisciplinarity that is bringing people from different fields of knowledge to focus on a particular issue, particular problem, and seeing how we address that issue, right? And that's part of my training background. You may know, you read my bio, I do work on, the socioeconomic impacts of disasters. And so I've worked with, computer.
I feel like after every big hurricane, you have been there with the team studying it. Is
That's
that correct?
Right. That is correct. We've done many research initiatives focusing, whether it be, the Indian Ocean tsunami in India and Sri Lanka, Hurricane Mitch in Honduras, or Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, or tornadoes in the Midwest, right? That's part of the work that I do less now, but it gives you a different perspective and a different lens on how to deal with crises and emergencies at an institution of higher education.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. We touched on it a minute ago, but I'd love to go even a little bit deeper on just the inclusivity that's happening here. People feel part of a community.
That's right.
How do you keep that going and instilling that?
Well, I think a critical part of this, right? It's not only the numbers. The numbers are great, and we want to continue to become a diverse community at UAlbany, but also a diverse community that is among the top institutions in the country for the social mobility of our students, right? So it's all about student success, but it's about building this into the vision and the mission of the institution. Our core values is what we celebrate as an institution, right? Is bringing people together to think about these critical issues, these important issues, that as we continue to become a more and diverse society, those skills and that knowledge, right, and those interactions are critically important, no matter if you're from Albany or you're from, Florida or you're from India, right? It's important to bring these communities together and have these important conversations.
Totally.
We are a global society, right?
Yeah,
and that's what we must focus on.
Yeah. It's funny. I think about it because I'm in this very unique position as you've traveled the world, and I have traveled the world in my past life, but now I'm in this country. And just in this country, it's like, can we celebrate it? It's cool.
It is very cool.
It is. Yesterday I was in Montana, on tribal lands. That's very different than, and now I'm in, the capital of New York, one of the most powerful areas in the world, right? And it's just, I don't know.
And it's a great strength, right?
Yeah.
It's a great strength.
That's a great way to say it. It's a great strength. What are you excited about for the future? New initiatives, programs?
We are excited about a lot of things at the University of Albany. At Albany, obviously, our continued work on artificial is key. We established an Institute for Social and Health Equity, which is growing and developing. We were tasked during the COVID, the high period of COVID. We were tasked by the then governor of New York to do a study on the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on communities of color. From that,
I read that in your bio too.
That institute was born, and so we're doing a lot of great work again across disciplines. We're building new programs, academic programs, right, at the undergraduate, master's, and PhD program. We want to continue to expand our international focus and continue to build on that, right? And we want to continue to educate, engage global citizens. Listen, and if you come back in 2 weeks, right here to your left, right, there will be over 3,000 students graduating and a celebration right here. There'll be 12,000 to 13,000 chairs put out there. And it's those most magnificent thing, right? People say, what are you most proud of as a president of a university? And I typically mention two university events. Number one is commencement at the beginning of the semester, when you get 3,500 or so students coming in for the first time, right? Newly minted students, they're not sure what they're going to do. And then 4 years later, commencement, right? Because it's a celebration of these students, like I said, over a third of first generation students.
How powerful
they and their families have not been through this process. So it's a transformational force that we have as an institution of higher education.
Well, I want to say thank you for what you're doing. And it is such we were talking before this. It's like, this is why I feel like I have the best job in the world. It's like, it's so important that we tell these stories and show the world, like, we need an educated population. And just how you talk about the beginning of, like, you came here, newly minted students. I love that, right? And then who they transform into. And that is why higher education is so important.
It is.
It's this bridge. And I always like to say it's a playground. It's like, where else in your life can you have this time to see different views, meet different people, try different things out? Maybe I like that. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe I should check that out. Never again. That's it. This is the only place on planet Earth that you can have that type of experience. And it's that coming of age and we need to celebrate higher education. And
absolutely. And what people also need to think about is when you get a higher education degree, relative to those that don't, your earning potential is greater. You earn more than those that don't. You live longer lives. You live healthier lives. You live happier lives, right? And so those are all the contributions of higher education, in addition to your degree, which is critically important. But think about the impact that this has on your life, the life of your family, and the lives of your communities. It could be truly transformational.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, can I just say thank you?
Thank you so much.
This has been a pleasure. It's an honor, and I'm just excited that we've been able to have coffee, and I look forward to a continued friendship. And,
absolutely.
And just partnership and collaboration with the College Tour and University of Albany. It's a real honor to be here.
Absolutely. Great work to you and your colleagues. Cheers. And you're welcome back anytime to the Great Dane family. And by the way, something that you need to remember is that, like every single day, today is a great day to be a Great Dane. Go Great Danes.
Go Great Danes. All right. Cheers, everyone. That was awesome.